Yeah, I don't actually know now that I'm thinking back to it. It looked like a good start, getting the knight there, getting h4, but Firouzja just turned that around. This position right here, so Nihal came out with b3. I've actually seen this before. I think it's really easy for white to play personally, but Alireza knows to give up that f7 pawn and play against the e3 pawn.
Yeah, he played bishop takes f7 so fast. So either he found it very quickly, or he either knew about this line, right? Sometimes the players get positions on the board that they have like hundreds of games experience with. Firouzja again, going way down on the clock.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this taking on h3? Is that just a draw or?
Nihal doesn't pick up the challenge. Now Firouzja is comfortable on the board, but the clock is still concerning.
Mm-hmm. This is a good recovery for him, though, especially because if he trades a pair of rooks here, the other trade is actually guaranteed if he wants it.
Yeah, so we get into a rook endgame, which looks a little bit more pleasant for Nihal, given the fact that the black pawns are a little weak. Oh, he's winning a pawn here. Rook f5, rook c7. This should be one for Nihal, given the time.
Very clever. Now, the problem for white is if the black rook gets, well, I was going to say down to e2, but rook to c4 is so smart.
Yeah, great technique here by Nihal. Take on g4 looks pretty clean, or b5, and he's just so easily 10 seconds behind.
Yep. Okay, decides to go for bishop takes c6. You know, a lot of times in bullet chess, it becomes easier to make an early trade. That way, like, your piece is not sitting out there where maybe it could be attacked by a pawn at any moment. So it makes your whole position easier to pre-move as a result.
Yeah, for sure. And we see Nihal once again taking a lead on the clock. The moves just seem to come to him slightly more natural than Firouzja. Knight f5, queen f6.
It's kind of amazing that Firouzja has this style. We saw it in the statistics before his last match. We also see it now. He's always slower than his opponents, but he can flag people as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy fast in the time scrambles. He is down the exchange here, but interesting practical compensation with the white king being a little exposed on d2.
F4 is just hanging.
Oh, yeah, he could have taken that one. Now I like, okay, you've taken the queen, you hang f4, so maybe you take with the pawn?
Yeah.
Taking too much time, I feel like.
Okay, it's 5 seconds here.
Yeah, that's definitely not insurmountable, but it's something. Take an h3 maybe, or queen d4, or is that?
Yeah, queen d4 looked.
Oh, queen f6, young maid.
Wow.
What was that?
Oh, that's such a terrible situation because queen f6 was not even checkmate if it was blundered. Like, queen f6 as a move is only mate because the queen went to f8.
Right, it would have been better to pass there. If Nihal played a very early f3. Was that a mouse slip or something? Now I actually do like his position.
Queen a4 hanging d3, but you tend to get these pawns back. f5 is a really good move to take advantage of the king on f2.
Yeah, but to me, I mean, it still seems concerning that Firouzja falls 10 seconds behind on the clock so easily. I mean, he's won 2 games at the beginning, but that cannot, it cannot go right for too long.
Yeah, it's just...
Or king h5. Yeah, I was going to say, you can go into rook and knight versus rook, but it's tough to hold that in bullet.
Wow, king g6 instead of rook takes g7 is very, very clever. I would have rushed and taken on g7 with check, for sure.
A great find there by Nihal to even up the score, and he's once again playing a modern defense. Very provocative stuff here in the opening.
Yeah, he's trying to get e5 to happen. I mean, Alireza says, sure, I'm happy with that as well. But that's kind of the point of these systems, is you want white to almost overextend, but, I mean, that's a free piece. That's a full piece. Completely missed it.
Yeah, he just hung the knight in the middle of the board. He gets only 1 pawn, though, for it. This has to be a win for Firouzja, because also, I mean, the time is not looking... I mean, again, he's falling quite far behind on the clock.
Yeah, I think there's no way anything changes. So that's something for us to get used to just over the whole match. That's not going anywhere.
And Nihal has picked up a second pawn. I mean, still, Firouzja's pieces are so active that it's going to be... Oh, there goes the rook. Just take it.
Ooh, he takes on f7.
Okay, queen h4. Looks like a nice move.
Mm-hmm. Knight
But
c7.
knight c7, great move, hitting the rook and the pawn on e6.
Wow, rook g7, knight e6, bishop c3, like you name it, it's threatened.
This looks tough. Queen d4. Okay, what is the move now? I don't know. Maybe knight e6. Both players have 20 seconds. Oh, that was not it.
Wow, he set that trap up, didn't he?
Nice trap there by Nihal, who also
So
goes ahead
impressive.
on the clock now. Queen takes e6, and he's just winning. Taking a 7. Move the...
Rook f8. I can barely keep up with the tactics here. Bishop b8. What?
And Nihal takes the lead. Wow, let's see how Firouzja recovers from this, but Firouzja definitely has to try to catch up on the clock.
Yep. Yeah, this is it's just his style. So it's kind of the live by the sword, die by the sword mentality. When you see him constantly down like that and losing, then you look at that and you're like, well, we should probably fix that. But as soon as he starts winning all these games, you're like, okay, I guess that's just his style. He feels comfortable going down that time because he knows he'll make it up later.
The more I look at it, though, the more I have to give credit to Nihal. I mean, he blitzed out that opening so quickly with, like, either the hovering or the pre-moves. He knew exactly what to do. So it might not be Firouzja being slow. I think it's more Nihal being extremely fast.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say leading up to this match was that Nihal is one of the fastest players that I've faced, but he does it in a way that it doesn't feel like he's playing that quick. But then you look at the clock and you're always down 10 seconds. It's incredible, really.
Right. I mean, maybe it's like maybe the moves. I guess the moves itself are good, but not like super impressive in the sense that he's not blowing you away with sacrifices, but he's
Yep.
slowly needling at you with these small improving moves and making them at a very very fast speed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, knight e5. Now d3, d2 happens very fast.
Yeah, move the king, and yeah, he's got a very clear plan. I mean, maybe you can probably pre-move d3 here,
Yep.
and there we have it. Yep, knight e3 is coming. This should be a win for Firouzja because there's no more checks now.
And everything
Knight e3
happens
gets a
with
queen.
check.
Yeah, all right. We see a little head shake there by Nihal. Yeah, tough loss. Yeah, I feel like for Nihal, if he can keep the position even, then he should always have good chances because he always has a lead on the clock.
Yep, that's right. G3, H4, but it seems like black is achieving E5. Wonder if he's going to go for it.
Yeah, queen e3, nice move there by Firouzja, provoking f5. Queen e2, hitting e6. Wow, but you
F4.
can't. He's just going for the queen sack.
Wow, that's fun.
And knight takes d5, and bishop e3 is there. Oh. Bishop
Yeah,
E3
both of
maybe
these
now?
guys, I think, saw the exact same thing. Firouzja down on time, as usual.
Yeah. Okay. D5 hitting the knight. I like Firouzja's chances here. Everything is nicely defended. He's got a lot of pieces for the queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the d-pawn is the most important asset that he has right now.
Yeah, queen c5, nice centralizing move. Queen f2. How does Firouzja entangle here?
Yeah, rook d3 could be played.
Bishop c6, nice move by Nihal. And look at the clock, 18 seconds for Firouzja.
Yeah, you almost want to play like bishop f7 to make some threats there.
So does Firouzja. This looks tough on the board for Nihal, but he's got that lead on the clock. He's not going to take the draw, right?
No,
wow. I feel like he should have this one, given the fact that he's up so much time.
Yep.
Oh,
there's
but
rook
knight
e8,
d1?
Knight
Wait,
d1.
knight d1, and how do you stop rook d8? Rook e8. Is that it? I think that's it. There's no bishop c6. Oh, but Nihal finds a way to keep the game going.
Amazing.
Can he pull off the flag here? I'd say no, because Firouzja gets some easy pre-moves now.
Yeah, I would play rook e8, by the way. That would be my...
Yeah. And king g6 and push the a pawn up, and now you just pre-move everything.
Yep.
Great stuff there by Firouzja, who takes the lead in the match.
Oof, this is so close. 17 minutes remaining in this match. The losers quarterfinals. Remember, of course, it's a win by 2. It's 4-3 for Alireza, but this feels so tense just watching this.
Yeah, for sure. If you're Nihal, though, you gotta feel like you have good chances because every game he's up on time, but he can't quite put those games away. Firouzja hangs in there, and he catches up in the time scrambles.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this game is another example of time probably being very relevant here, as we see both players a bit more eager to put their pawns on light squares, because, yeah, the bishops just can't attack them. I think if anyone has a nice position here, initially I was going to say Alireza, but the bishop doesn't have a lot of squares it can go to.
Yeah, I feel like this should just be a draw. The question is it going to be a draw, though, or will one of the players find a way to spice things up?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think they're just going to repeat very soon now. Yeah, they're just going to go back and forth.
Yeah, got to go back and forth here with the amount of time. But hey, if anyone's playing for something, I would always say that it's the black pieces, because you've got that pawn on f4. A huge win for the black pieces.
Yeah, all right. So we're off to the next game. Firouzja still having that 1-point lead. You know, Aman, maybe in that last game he could have milked some more time off the clock.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I feel like at this point nobody is that interested. Because, I mean, how much of a fool do you look if you're there intentionally wasting time with a 1-point lead? I mean, that lead evaporates next game, and suddenly you're begging for that time back.
Right, exactly. Yep. Nihal, once again, being up 10, or he was up 10 seconds, but Firouzja takes his time, finds a good move, and now has the advantage on the board.
Yeah, b3 is the move that everyone wants to play after bishop a2, but a5, a4 is the intention. This is so weird because the bishop's trapped, but you also can't attack it.
Yeah, a really funny scene. Oh, wait, do you have bishop takes b3 by... Nah, that's not a thing, right? I like this much better. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, rook. Okay, yeah, I was going to say rook c1 runs into knight. Oh, actually, doesn't run into knight d3.
Bishop f8 check now, because bishop b4 runs the c... Oh, I guess c5 you just take everything and take an a2. Wow.
What the heck? b4? Yeah, I was going to say, you got to keep that pawn.
Uh-oh, but that c-pawn runs super fast up the board. How do you stop it? I don't see it. c6?
Every square is
Oh, that's a nice move. c6 next.
Very nice move.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And Firouzja opens up a 2-point lead.
Okay. This game is pretty crucial right here. If Alireza was to go up 3 games, that's kind of a statement. And remember, when it's so momentum-based, these bullet matches, just jumping out to that early lead can mean quite a lot, as we're now past the halfway point of this match.
Yeah, Nihal going very aggressive here against Grunfeld. I really like it, driving that pawn all the way up to h6, which is always going to give black a headache on the king side.
Yeah, the pawn on e5 and the pawn on h6 work really well together. The bishop on h8 is fully trapped, so although you can kind of imagine, wait a minute, the knight on d7, if it goes to d5, black has a great position. It might look great, but you're down a piece. Bishop on h8 is not part of the game.
Queen f3 looks really tough to defend against. Now f5, okay. I mean, it feels like black's position is about to collapse. Bishop d6, nice move, hitting the pawn.
Yeah, just rook b1, rook c1. Yeah, I think you just play up a piece. Like, take that, yeah.
And now, literally, he still needs to finish it off, though, but he also has the lead on the clock. Oh, is that rook c7? Take rook g7? He's looking at it. Oh, rook c8 might be even better.
That's also very nice.
Rook c7.
Yeah, now you can play rook c7, and it's not as fancy of a move, and probably just as effective.
Yeah, but why is he taking... he took a lot of time for that one. Oh, rook, queen e7 you take. Yeah, that's king h2? This should be it. Because you throw in checkmate on f7 and h7.
Yeah,
right,
there's
Nihal,
too much to cover.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, Nihal cuts the deficit down to 1 point.
Hmm. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, bishop takes on f5. So it's dark squares versus light squares in this position, but so many pawns loose. Whoa, what's going on? I would take
Yeah,
that.
I don't know how I feel about that g5 push. It feels way too loose, and now the king is very exposed. Take a knight f3 maybe? Or knight f3 right away.
Interesting. Knight
Take or...
g6, g5 is
Oh,
hanging.
take? Can you take? And queen g7? Or is that not
Yeah,
enough?
and maybe like rook e6 at the end. Hmm.
Nice move by Firouzja, planning to double up the rooks. Or rook takes g6.
Exactly, yeah. You have everything, like queen takes h7, c6 even.
Bishop f6, GG. Great game by Firouzja, and he opens up a 2 point lead once again.
Yeah, really, really impressive. Impressive game there. Nihal, for some reason, like he has one or two openings that he plays just as quickly as his other ones, but they're actually just not good. Like that's the thing about
Yeah.
Nihal, is you never know when he's kind of bluffing. Like he plays everything super fast, so it's hard to tell when, oh wait, this is the one where I'm actually completely winning.
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel like Nihal is struggling a little bit with black against 24. So I feel like that's where Firouzja needs to keep putting pressure on him.
Yep. Interesting.
All
His knights
right.
are actually a little bit clumsy on b3 and c5. I was expecting queen c7 and b6. That knight will be kicked out.
Yeah, I like Firouzja's position here. Up, no, wait, not up a pawn, but he's got the bishop pair, more pawns in the middle. Okay, there goes the d5 pawn, though.
Oops. And the e4 pawn.
Yeah, okay, but some loose pieces here. Queen, oh, yeah, there goes another pawn.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's no. Yeah, I can't make any discovered attacks or checks work.
Yeah, with that pawn at h7, there was rook takes c4 and bishop g6, but okay. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Nihal up 3 pawns and up a couple seconds on the clock.
I think he's trying to set up like bishop takes b3 here or something, but white can just play a takes b3.
Yeah, no, exactly. Queen d3, wait. There was something. I don't know what, though.
h4, not quite hanging.
Okay, rook d2. Still not over. Firouzja hanging in there. Okay.
Wow, what a move.
Take. But look at the clock, come on, and Nihal should have this one in the back.
Yeah, 96.
Oh, there goes the queen! There goes the queen!
Oh,
Not over
my
yet,
goodness.
though. Yeah, but with 1 second on the clock, it's just
Okay.
asking for a little too much.
Yeah, it's like I was both shocked by the move, but then also he probably stopped focusing because he absolutely knew that even the most insane blunder of a full queen was still not enough. He was going to win.
All right, so 1 point lead for Firouzja. I like what Nihal is doing in this game. He's got more space in the center. He's got the bishop pair. And yeah, Firouzja's attack is not that effective yet on the king side.
Yeah, g5, g6 though. Okay, bishop b4, huge idea. I would just rather be white though. Just feels like in a bullet game, I'd rather be the one launching this nice attack.
f6, g5, nice stuff by Nihal, completely cementing the
Wow.
king side. And now those pawns can easily turn into weaknesses.
Where was that attack? I was just so happy. Not 2 moves ago. Where did it go? Where's that attack?
Yeah, bishop f7, perhaps at the right moment, picking up that pawn on h5.
Bishop
Now Nihal doing
h3.
great here, and look at the clock.
Bishop h3 for many moves. There it is.
And Nihal is going to even up the score. I mean, up 15 seconds, up the exchange. This is his game.
Yep. Yeah, this is over. g4 happens, or knight d6, king g4.
So, no, I'm telling you, like, Firouzja is hanging in there, but I feel like if he keeps getting 10 seconds behind on the clock in every game, it's that's not going to go well for too long.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do agree. Especially as someone that suffers from the same condition.
Yeah. All right, so knight b5. I feel like Firouzja here doing very fine, though, with the 2 bishops and more pawns in the center. And the time is approximately even. Oh, it's a free pawn.
Bishop on h2 is terrible. Yeah, it's just doing absolutely nothing. White, I don't know, at some point needs to almost play like c5 just to open that bishop's diagonal, but I don't see it happening.
Queen c6, nice move, hitting g2 and c4. There goes the pawn. Firouzja doing a great job after the loss to steady the ship here.
Bishop b2 can be thrown in.
Yeah, okay, he can pick up another pawn right now, and so he does.
At what point do you get desperate to activate your h2 bishop? It's just sitting there, suffering.
I mean, Firouzja, I'm sure he's looking at a win here, but it doesn't exist. Oh, f5 and bishop c5 looks nasty. Oh, knight takes f3. Oh, no. Wait, knight f2, clever move to hang in. But this looks so... Oh, that was practically made. Knight d1 was the only move.
Yeah. That's a really tough loss there, and he jumps back in the lead. Alireza Firouzja, 7.5 to 6.5 over Nihal Sarin. Wow.
Yeah, great game by Nihal. He did very well on the board and on the clock. Right now we see Nihal once again with an early lead up 5, almost 10 seconds, and I like his position.
Interesting, yeah. So 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes remaining. That's still plenty of time, especially when you remember the win by 2, which might be the most relevant right now in this particular match.
Yeah, no, for sure. So let's see. The next couple of games are going to be crucial. Firouzja doing a great job here launching an attack on the king's side. Nihal, at some point, you would like to even up the score, though.
Yeah, you want to play knight h4 or knight g3, but it feels like black always has an answer ready. I think the current intention is knight g3. Yep.
I don't like this by Nihal. Now everything is very loose on the king's side, and there goes the h-pawn.
Yeah, you can take on...
Oh, h6. H6 is that... Oh, no, there's rook takes f2. Never mind. I would take on d2, and this looks lost. King g3.
I wonder if there was rook f2. Rook f2, king g1. It almost looked like it worked.
King h4, knight e5.
The knight...
Still a4.
Yeah, almost zugzwang, but the knight should just absolutely dominate the light square bishop here.
Wow, and Firouzja takes a 2-point lead with less than 5 minutes on the clock. Nihal needs to catch up very quickly here.
I think he was smart to resign that. You know that, the likelihood of you achieving a draw is probably not worth the 40 seconds that would be eaten off the match clock. So I think he makes the wise decision. There's 4 minutes left, lots of time for a couple more bullet games.
No, 100%. Yeah, he just needs to make up a 1-point deficit and then start the final game with 1 second left. Oh, he just hung the knight! That's a knight. Not a good start.
Oh my goodness. And you got to question, do you just resign now? I think you have to resign, no?
Yeah, I think you do. He can fight on, but he is going to lose. 35 seconds is a lot of time for a player of his caliber.
I think you need to resign. Am I going to be eating those words? I don't know. Firouzja just does not look like he's going to mess this up.
No, I think you're right. c2, just take everything, and knight e2, yeah. And there we finally see the resignation, but he goes down 3 points with 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Aman, even if he wins this game, will it be enough? Or no, he still has a chance.
Definitely. Yeah, I think obviously a loss here is the end. If he draws this game, it will certainly not be enough. Yeah, so he absolutely has to win. That's clear, and wow. He's just not happy with the way he's playing here. You can see it in his expressions.
Yeah, I really like Firouzja's position, a nice attacking position. You have to go bishop d7, but then you allow white to take on g6, rook c7. I think Firouzja's got the match in the back.
I would play g3 here.
Yeah, no, same.
Just not allow rook f4.
Okay, Firouzja... Yeah, he should not mess this one up. Even though he is down on the clock, so it's never over until it's over. But Firouzja does have that time scramble speed.
He does. Everything's also defended. f2, d4, b3. So the knight can start just hopping around, I think.
And Nihal needs a miracle here. If he loses this game, the match is over. But, 19 seconds for Firouzja, that's not a whole lot of time.
Very smart to just put the rook behind one pawn and advance it. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, is Nihal...
Oh, he can't repeat, though. What's he doing? That was very clever by Alireza. He was ahead, but he said, like, I'm happy to repeat. This will be very close. Very close.
There is still a chance for Nihal. If he wins this game, he might start one last game with a couple seconds on the clock that will give him the opportunity to cut the deficit into 1 point. And I like his position here.
Yep, I don't know. That's a close call. I understand what Alireza was doing because he was like, well, I don't think there's going to be enough time, but it like it's on a needle. It's so close to whether or not they'll be able to get another game if it goes the distance. Plus, Nihal has to win. That's another challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Nihal's position, but not anymore. He is still up on time, though, so let's see if he can still make it happen. But yeah, right now it's looking tough.
But Nihal keeps playing these games where he basically goes way up on time, but the position's not great.
Well, I feel like sometimes he does get a good position, but he doesn't. Perhaps he needs to slow down for a little bit to.
Like that's a great example.
To find good move, to avoid stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's the match. But b5 pre-move is a little bit irresponsible because look how much time he was up. He was going to get another match with a win. There's no trophy for being up this much time. Unfortunately, if
rook c2,
the result's not going your way.
Okay, Firouzja is cleaning this one up. I don't think a miracle is going to happen. Black's moves are too easy here. Take it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay, and Firouzja takes a 4-point lead. Yeah, man, that's it.
Yep. They'll start another game, but it will not affect the overall result of this match. And he's going to resign.
I'm a little bit surprised that he resigned there. I mean, he could have also waited a couple seconds, then resigned.